And we are live. We are live. Welcome to Indie Comics Interviews. Today, our guest is Michael Bancroft, and he's doing the book The Lucent. He's actually known for a few different things. Like he makes these really great animations that you may or may not have seen floating around the interwebs, all over Twitter. And there's other things going on. So Michael, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, thanks for having me, man. This is really cool that you have me on here. So cheers for that. Yeah. I've been around a while. You may not have heard of me yet, but I've been plugging away. I've been working on my book, The Lucent. I've got a YouTube channel. It's just my name, Michael Bancroft, to do commentary and, like you said, those animations. Do a few memes and things. I've been really lucky with them because they've been so popular. I get a lot of eyeballs on me and what I'm doing. And that all kind of came to a head about a week before I launched my campaign. So yeah, just really fortunate with all of that stuff. And yeah, I'm having a blast here in Comicsgate.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you said you're in Melbourne, Australia, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
Excellent.
we're the CG Oz or CGAU. We're ascendant. There's more and more of us all the time.
Right, damn it, like insects, like cockroaches.
we came and we took over Hollywood. Now we're coming here to take over comic books.
Right. So yeah, there are a lot of Australians in Hollywood. That is definitely true.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on there, but hey, we're good actors. I don't know.
It is what it is. So let's see here. Let's bring up your campaign page.
Oh, hi everyone, by the way.
Oh yeah, yes,
Sim's here too.
Hail Sim.
Yeah, brother.
And Brian Krischgau may or may not show up.
Cool.
He is
he's our late monkey.
Well, no, he is, but he also got invited to be on Tug Stream. I don't know what time that is though. So
8 p.m. Eastern.
So he may or not. So while we are waiting to see if that ever happens, if he ever shows up, let's give this a little. Before I do that, and make sure I shared the sound. Hold on. Everybody does that. I
Very
make that
important.
mistake.
I do that every single time. Sometimes I'll even go back to put on the sound, and then I'll forget to actually check the box. It's I don't know why
the second time
an automatic. Yeah, I don't know why there isn't an automatic setting.
It happens so many times to my friends that the only time I use StreamYard, that's the first thing I had in my head.
Yeah.
Don't forget the box. Don't forget the box.
So here it goes.
When dreams and reality collide, a life is turned upside down. Thrust into a conflict where ancient shadows fight secret wars. For control of the future. Her allies hide in plain sight. But so do her enemies.
There you have it.
Nice. So tell us about the book, since the video didn't have much to say other than just give us images.
Yeah. It's Went for a bit of a Christopher Nolan feel there, just a little kind of vague look at the story. Yeah. So, well, the book itself, we're talking about 76 page, full color trade paperback style, with the perfect bound. You get 56 pages of story, and that story is The Waking Dream. It's the first book in the Lucent series. So this is an ongoing series. The Lucent, it's a fantasy series, maybe sci-fi kind of series, and it's all set in a world. It's like our world, but it's not the world that we know. Nothing is as it seems in this world. You've got shadows, secret societies that have been around since ancient times. They've been around since the beginning of civilization, essentially, and they're all hiding in plain sight. So we can see them, but we don't recognize what they are and what they truly are. And but that's sort of the broader view of the Lucent. Waking Dream, this first book, it's about her that you see on screen. This is Ella Forsyth. She's the main character. I'll always say she's the Luke Skywalker. She's the Alice from Alice in Wonderland. She's the Neo in the Matrix. She's the one at the start.
Compare her to Rey, you're fine.
No, she's nothing like Rey. Well, no, Rey kind of starts off. She's already the best, and she just gets betterer. No.
She starts out as the best. She doesn't get betterer. She starts out as the best, and then they have to later try to explain how she got to be the best, kind of half.
That's right. Well, and they don't even really explain it, do they?
No, they don't. They don't do it.
She's just the best. Just deal with it. No. Ella is, she's definitely going to be a fish out of water. So when we meet her in this first book, she's just living what she thinks is an ordinary life. It isn't quite ordinary, but from her point of view, it is. And she's going to be kind of thrust into this world. Basically, she works in a bookstore. She kind of like a lowly job. She doesn't really have a social life because she's looking after her grandfather in her spare hours. But the interesting thing about her is every night when she when she goes to sleep and she dreams, she's visited by this guy, this character. He's called Damon Spector. And, from her point of view, she's just having cool dreams. And he's sort of teaching her things inside the dreams. He's teaching her to do really cool stuff in her dreams. Okay. But then she wakes up the next day, and it's all kind of back to normal. Yeah, that's sort of where we kick the story off. And like I said in the tagline, it's when dreams and reality collide, her world is about to be turned upside down. So what I'm saying there is, she's going to be thrust into this hidden world, this world that is hiding in plain sight. And that's this first book. It's about her, having that moment where she's falling down that rabbit hole.
Sweet. We have Mogwai Centurion in the chat and Z Rust. Hail, brothers. Good to see you guys. Thanks for showing up.
Hail, brothers.
Okay, so I like the whole concept of like the dreamscape versus reality, you know what I mean, kind of thing, because that's always fun to mess with because you can do almost anything in a dream. It's very what was that third Freddy Krueger Dream Warriors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a really fertile creative ground. And on top of that, I've underlain through the whole story, I've taken, because these secret societies, for want of a bad, these kind of Illuminati style people, they've been here since the beginning. So I've actually, as the books continue and, you get a glimpse of it in this first book as well, drawn from actual myths and legends and histories and even some religions and things, and kind of drawn from that well and woven that into the foundation of the story. So there's this pretty layered kind of story. There's a lot going on in there.
So you're the artist, right?
Yeah, I'm the everything. Line work, colors. Oh, cheers, man. Amazing.
Yeah.
It's been a long time to kind of get it to this point. The colors, I think, really make it stand out. The line art, I just kind of could always do that. I could always draw. So when when I decided I was going to make a comic book, I just found some people that I kind of wanted to emulate, and just sort of made a style kind of out of that. But the coloring, that was the bit that really took a long time to figure out how to get that right. And yeah, I think it really has helped me sell the book with all the colors.
Yeah, well, colorful books do sell better. I mean, you know, Sim's doing a black and white, but he's going to also release it in color later. So,
well, it depends on the style of the art. I've seen plenty of projects that I prefer the black and white. The way I draw, the way I do the line art, I've got the colors in mind as I draw, so I kind of include them as I'm going. But plenty of people can make it work just as well or even better without the color. It really depends on the style of the drawing.
Me, to be honest, I really want to see Bloodhound in black and red more than color.
Black and red.
Yeah, black and red. Yeah.
Black and red. I love black and red. Yeah.
That was the idea if we reached the 15K, and you know that might be the next step, because colors are cool. But come on.
I really do like the way you've colored this. I mean, you really have, like, you got some skill. You really do have some skill.
Thank you. And yeah, that was hard won. I had to spend months and months over the last year or so, like studying. You know, I was going onto YouTube channels to watch professional colorists do their tutorials and stuff. Because yeah, the coloring was kind of a second thought, an afterthought for me when I first started this, and that's why I wasn't really happy with how it looked. So yeah, that's kind of the biggest job that I'm doing right now. Almost all the line work is done in this book. I'm just up to finishing.
As somebody who hires colorists and line artists, you know, I understand how hard it is to find a good colorist. It's actually harder to find a good colorist than it is to find a good line artist.
Yeah, when you see guys like, you know, you took the pinnacle of colorists like Kyle Ritter, and he can somehow take art like EVS's art, which is already fantastic, but when he puts his addition to it, it sort of transcends. I agree. It's a big deal when you're doing a colored book.
Yeah. So who would be the inspiration for these characters?
The inspiration. Look, I get a lot of my inspiration from movies, from film. Okay. When I started this project, I'd fallen out of comics. So I started this as a comic about 5 years ago. I started writing the story about 10 years ago, but it wasn't, I was just writing a story. I didn't know what kind of format it would be in or anything. So I was watching a lot of movies at the time. So it'd be hard for me to go back and pinpoint exactly who these characters, like, they're inspired from. Some of them are from my actual dreams. You know, a lot of this story was kind of born in my sleep. I was dreaming weird and crazy stuff. But yeah, some of them would definitely have to have been pulled from movies. I'm a big fan of The Matrix, V for Vendetta.
I was going to say that this up here, this feel right in here, very Matrixy.
Yeah. I'm not hiding that. Yeah, I'm not hiding that I've been heavily influenced by that movie. It kind of came at that time that I was conceptualizing this story too. I was having crazy dreams at that time. Had weird sleep patterns. I was in university, you know, I was out all night partying. And then at that time, The Matrix was really big. So it had a big, you know, creative impact on me. And
yeah, I think it's interesting that The Matrix is actually a movie that got made because they pitched it with a comic book. They actually they made a comic book of the movie, of the first movie. The whole thing was done in a comic book format.
The entire pre-production team is a comic book. They, you know, like when Mobius used to be on the project, it used to be an entire comic book style of storyboard, and that was in The Matrix. That was Steve Strauss. Sorry.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out because I haven't read any Matrix comic book. I remember watching the anime, the Animatrix.
I don't know if the comic book they used to pitch the movie is actually available. It might be, but I actually I've never.
Surely someone would have released it just as like images or something. And that would be awesome to see.
There was a comic release of a movie adaptation of it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's really hard for me to go back and pinpoint. You know, I didn't get back into comic books, even though I was making a comic, until your boy Zach. Yeah, it's I don't really have. It's not really drawn from other comics that are out there. Although, you know, I am a big fan of a lot of. You know, I'm an old comic book guy. I was a comic book kid my whole life. You know, up until my teens, but I didn't get back into it until Zach came along, and this whole, you know, YouTube Comicsgate thing came back into it.
Yeah, it looks like they've made a short animated Matrix film and a bunch of fresh comics. The original one that was used to pitch the movie doesn't seem to be available. That's
a shame. They should release that. That would be cool. People like, it's still, after all these years, it's still, you know, influencing people. So
the storyboard was available.
I'll definitely check that out.
Was it? The storyboard was available?
The storyboard is made by Steve Strauss, and the other one was Jeff Darrow. They were the two artists working on it.
Cool.
If you get the movie,
it would be something cool to have, though. That would be a good collectible.
Yeah, Z Rust is exactly right there, talking about color, and there's so much to learn. It's almost a science as much as an art as well, especially if you want to use the colors to tell the story. In addition, like not just coloring a page just because you can.
You know, one of the books is called The Art of the Matrix.
Has Drew, Mr. E's dropped out.
Has he?
He's left us.
Are we there?
He disappeared.
Yep, you're back.
Oh,
hello. Are we back?
Yes, we're back.
You're back.
Okay, we're back. There's just all kinds of craziness going on these days. Here, let me give you a earplug so you can hear what's going on.
Okay.
This is Amber.
Merci beaucoup.
Lean in a little bit here. There you go.
Hi, Amber.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm Michael.
That's Michael. And that's Sim.
Oh, nice to meet you.
You too.
Same here.
Yeah, Amber's hanging out with me today, and so she's hanging out on the stream as well. So we're talking about Michael's book that's called The Lucent.
Okay.
And it's a book that is involving characters. I mean, it's obviously amazingly drawn, but characters. It's kind of a world that's kind of a cross between a dream world and reality, right?
Ooh.
You want to enhance on that, Michael? Because I'm probably going to murder it. You let me do that.
Well, like the dreams play heavily into what is going on in the whole story. I wouldn't say that, even though there may be in the future, and there is, I don't want to give too much away, but there is a kind of dream world. More what's happening in this book is dreams come into play, but what's really underpinning the whole thing is you've got these, for want of a better word, these secret societies that exist that are hiding in plain sight, and they're in conflict with each other. They're looking for certain people, and that actually links into with the dreams. And they're looking for certain people to like use them, to take advantage of them. People with these mysterious abilities, and I could say like the dreams have something to do with how you tap into these abilities. And yeah, so that's what we kind of land in this first book. Kind of jump right into it, running, so to speak.
I like it.
Yeah, it's got amazing artwork. He has drawn it, colored it, and wrote it. So
wow,
yeah.
And lettered.
It takes a little longer to do it that way, probably.
It does take. There's
like
lettered, yeah, doing all the lettering. There's benefits and negatives to it. So obviously, you know, it takes longer because
over it.
Yeah, that's right. You have more control. I can have a small goal on my campaign page. So my goal was only $2,000 because I don't have to pay anyone else. Right. But yeah, at the same time, it does take longer because you don't have multiple people working at the same time. But thankfully, though,
you're more like critical of yourself too. Then you know,
Absolutely.
I would think you're like, oh, I can do this so much better. So you're always
Well,
like second guessing yourself, I would think.
you do, but yeah, you have to come to a point where you have to say this page is done. I have a lot of other pages to finish, so I'm moving on to them now. But you know,
perfect principle.
yeah, that's right. You have to kind of at some point the book has to come out. So
well, good for you for stepping away when you can, because not everybody can do that.
That's actually a question that I get from people who aren't artistic, who aren't creating things, who say like, "How do you know when it's finished?" And it's a really difficult question to answer because you could always indefinitely go in there. There's not a single page that's absolutely perfect. There's something you can always go back and fix. But I'm here to tell a story. I think I've got a really cool story to tell. I've got other books in the series to bring out after this. So. And plus, I've got backers now. I've got 140 backers who have put their their money and their trust in me. So yeah, I'm going to deliver to them rather than just continuously go back and rework my old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long has the campaign been open? Just a week, right?
A week, 1 week. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're doing great. 6,494 the first week. That's fantastic. 140 backers. You're kicking ass out the gate, man.
It's amazing. It really is amazing. I think I just I was lucky with the timing. I just slotted in there between Dan Frager's book and the new Jawbreakers book. I got lucky with that. My animations blew up about a week before, so my YouTube channel more than doubled. I went from I think 300 subs to 750 almost instantly.
Yeah. And
then
those would be all active, subscriptions.
Exactly. Active and interested in what we're doing in Comicsgate.
Yeah, well, those two cartoons you did of Ethan and Cecil's rants got a lot of attention. So
yeah, they I'm so happy that they've been so well received. They're so much fun to make. I think they have a really cool message. People seem to love what's being said in them, and yeah, we're talking 20,000 views each on Twitter. Thousands of likes. I'm getting thousands of views on YouTube with them as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing more. That's for sure.
Well, the beauty of those things is they're really going to help your YouTube hours. So like when you finally get to 1,000 subscribers, you're probably going to have you'll probably almost be ready to monetize. So that'll be awesome.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm still a bit off. I think I've got 250 subs left to go before then. So yeah, hopefully we'll get those hours up in that time. That would be cool. I'd love to. Australian.
Okay, I was say British or Australian. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm on the other side of the world, so I'm down here in the corner. Down under.
It's turning winter for you guys.
Yeah, we're heading in. It's already starting to get there.
How are the fires for you guys?
Yeah, they were crazy they were like really crazy. We haven't had them that bad in about 10 years, 10, 15 years. But the strange thing was that they happened so early, so that everyone was caught off guard. We have a regular fire season. We call them bushfires. I believe you guys call them wildfires up over there.
Yep.
So we have a regular season. It happens every year. We're all used to it. We're all well prepared for it. But what was different this year is it happened so early, and I think it was just a combination of a whole bunch of stuff that caused that. And they were really they were really severe. But thankfully they only lasted about a week and a half. And there wasn't too much, too many lives lost. There was a lot of property loss, so that was pretty devastating for a lot of people.
The wildlife too.
The wildlife. You see, the wildlife as well. They're used to the normal season, so they have their own kind of mechanisms. So they were caught off guard exactly. So it was pretty devastating. But thankfully, we had ended up having a really mild, wet summer. So after the first couple of weeks, it all kind of went away. And then we got ready for, so we get ready for coronavirus. Yeah,
yeah, you guys are the ones that started that whole run on the toilet paper, man. It's all, I blame you guys for that.
Yeah, I think what happened is I think people just thought that all of our toilet paper was made in China, which it isn't. And I think that's just, people freaked out because they saw what was going on in China and thought, well, we're not going to be getting anything from China anymore, so we're not going to have any toilet paper. And they just, and all it takes is a couple of idiots to do the run on the stores, and then normal people think, well, I need toilet paper, I better go get some. If people are taking truckloads away, and the supermarkets weren't stopping people, they weren't stopping people from going in and buying, 50 big bags of the stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot of people acquired a bunch of toilet paper when the run on the toilet paper had started. You guys had the first run on the toilet paper. Like, you guys were like it started in Australia, which I
yeah,
laughed.
you guys were laughing at us.
Yeah, and then here people started buying it up because they wanted to hoard it so they could mark it up and sell it.
Yeah, I was using dinner napkins for a while. I was pretty pissed.
Oh man, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, you guys have easier access to sites like Amazon, so there's that whole cottage industry of that's a whole cottage industry of people buying things and then reselling on Amazon. Right. I think we don't, our link to Amazon isn't as easy there. We have to kind of go through a few more channels, and it's not there's not as much of that going on here. It was literally just people hoarding toilet paper and selling them on their own sites, or just hoarding it to hoard it. Some of them have tried to sell them back to the supermarkets since, and they've been denied.
That's not good.
No, that's crazy. It's funny because like guys laugh at the whole toilet paper thing because toilet paper will last a guy forever, but girls go through like 2 rolls of toilet paper a day.
No.
Well, depends on how many girls you have in the house. When Elena and the girls came over, that was a roll a day, easy, if not.
Oh
more.
yeah, no, 3 girls, yeah, and especially if they're just learning how to use toilet paper, like some little girls, yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 women and a girl here. My daughter, she's 8, so there's lots of females running around this place. But thankfully we got stocked up. Like, we didn't do any hoarding, but we were able to grab some, and yeah, we never had any issues. Thankfully, it all seems to have died down now.
Just a few hundred rolls.
Oh, okay,
just a few hundred bags of rolls. Yeah.
No hoarding.
My girls are 12 and 14, so yeah.
I can't imagine.
12 and 14 seems like the most like the worst, because they're just becoming like young women, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hear stories from my colleagues who have, I've watched them. Like, when I first met them, when I first started work there, they had little girls, and now they have teenage girls and 17, 18-year-olds, and it's the stories I hear. It's not
You think that the 2 teenage boy brothers fighting is bad?
Oh my god. Yeah,
when two sisters turn on each other.
Oh, my sister's 4 years younger than me, and we still don't talk.
Oh God.
And I recently had like a super tragic thing happen in my life. Not one word from her.
Oh,
that's one word. So good. We turn on each other, and we turn on each other pretty hard. It's no joke.
So I should be thankful then that I've got one of each. I've got the boy and the girl.
Oh no, dude, the boys, they'll fight it out. They'll duck it out, like punch each other out.
That's what I remember.
They wrestle. Then after that, okay.
Yeah, they
girls.
And they're like, oh, so good.
A physical confrontation. Is a very bonding experience between guys.
Yeah. They try to destroy each other emotionally, and make
it the other way. We got Wiggle Wiggle in the chat. Hail Wiggle Wiggle, welcome.
Hey, Wiggle Wiggle.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Wiggle Wiggle's getting around. I love it when you go into chats and you see the same people kind of popping up everywhere. It's really cool.
Yeah. You get around
that
just a little bit.
Vibe.
Right. It's that whole we're all family kind of thing. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Now the architecture illustrations here are amazing. Did you study architecture at all or anything? Because you really have a talent for building the cityscape here.
I think it's more, even though I studied architecture history, but I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think it's just more, I love drawing the backgrounds. It's actually my favorite part. I really, I still to this day struggle with the gestures and the you know, the fabric on the clothing, and kind of, especially if I'm drawing superpower stuff. There's a guy in this book who can manipulate water, for example. So he's like, you know, got water swirling around him and doing all that sort of stuff. There's another guy who you saw him below. He's got like flames and stuff coming out of him. He's explosions. And that stuff I find hard. I'll always have to think, how the hell am I going to actually draw this? But with the architecture, say for a panel like that, the way that I constructed that is because this scene doesn't, this is supposed to be in London, and that shot, that doesn't exist in London. I've just kind of made that up. You know, you're not going to get one place where you see all the monuments together. That's a bit of my artistic license there. So basically I conceptualized the shot, and I built it in a 3D program with blocks, just like cubes, scaled things. And I had, because I had, I'm just looking at pictures of buildings in London. And, you know, okay, there's a building that looks like that. I'll put that there. And once that's done, get in Clip Studio Paint. I don't know if you're aware of that program. They give you perspective rulers, so you can do 2-point perspective, 3-point perspective, whatever you want. And then, yeah, you just kind of go at it. You have as much. I have a lot of fun drawing the building, so maybe that just kind of comes through. It's like I really enjoy spending a lot of time on this sort of stuff because it you know, it sets the scene, it sets the place and time and the atmosphere and everything.
Yeah, Amber here is admiring the detail work in the buildings and the sunset work and all, the coloring. She's really digging it here. She's
oh, thank you, Amber.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is a double-page spread. It's also, I've made it a poster for one of the perks. It's the kind of the introduction to the main character, Ella. It might be a little bit hard to see here zoomed up, but she's standing there on the ledge, and the text is all talking about, it's kind of a metaphor, you know, this is her moment. Will she remain standing still, or will she take the plunge? It's you know, it's got a kicking off her story. The way the Lucent, the series, is laid out is in the books. It's got 3 timelines, and they all run kind of parallel with each other. There's one that starts 6,000 years ago, one that starts 2,000 years ago, and one that starts in the present day. And part of the mystery and the fun of the story will be seeing how these timelines all eventually converge as we get to the ultimate climax of the story.
I'm getting this last week, in the week.
You want to show them?
Okay, where am I?
The camera.
Okay, so I had
she's gonna give you a little visual candy.
So I did some bikini lingerie modeling back in the day, and a guy in Canada decided to paint one of my pictures, and this is, it's called
That's
Knee
a painting.
Deep. Yes.
Oh, cool.
It's very blockish. He did one of Lindsay Lohan that you'll probably recognize. I don't know if I can find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they just.
Do you know this guy, or he just sort of got in touch with you out of the blue?
He just found me and asked, "Can I?"
He liked her butt. He liked her butt.
Paint it?
Yeah, he wanted to paint it.
Yeah, can I paint it? And so I was like,
"Yeah, sure." Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and I had to leave the 2 prints that he sent me on Hawaii, but he's sending me another one now. So I'm super stoked that I told him, I said, do it poster size again. So I'm gonna get it on my wall.
Yes, for sure.
Do I have?
Is he digitally painting them, or is it a traditional painting? Do you know?
No. It's like he does his own like art by numbers.
Oh, okay.
This is, I don't know if you like. Let's see. There's this one of Lindsay Lohan, of her with the bubble gum.
I'll make you guys see it.
Yeah.
Hold on there. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot like that. So I'm gonna get that. Super stoked. It's been like what, 5 years? No, I've been married for was married for 7 years. And it happened just before I got married.
So this book looks really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm gonna have to. I haven't backed it yet. I'm gonna have to actually back this book.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of work's gone into this.
How much is the shipping from Australia to there?
It's cheap. It's kept it competitive, so I think it works out. With the Indiegogo, I have to put everything in Australian dollars. So there's going to be tiny fluctuations here and there in the price, but it's about $12 US for the shipping.
That's
so it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not prohibitive. You might see some people.
Let's go over your tiers real fast then.
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right, so then obviously this one is the signed book and a head sketch. Now, is this a head sketch is it in the book or is it like a separate page?
It's a separate page. So I've got one here. Actually, I'll take it out of the thing because it's got that glare on it. So basically, I've got this really cool, really top quality, really nice card. It's a thick card. It's it's a watercolor professional. It's all the stuff. It's 100% cotton, acid free. It's a real kind of keeper card, and I'm doing these head sketches on them. And that's the one of Ella. You can pick one of the 4 characters that are on the campaign page with that tier. So I'm gonna do them up as well. So I've got a real version of the other characters to show you guys, because most people have. Yeah, I did some. I did a lot of trial work with some shading and stuff, and I'm a digital artist, so I'm stepping a bit outside of my wheelhouse here, doing some real pieces. So I thought, let's just keep it simple. It looks clean, it looks cool, it looks great. So yeah, this is the head sketch. That's the size of it there.
Clean and simple. I like that.
And as well, something that I'll be able to do, actually be able to do as well. I don't want to be promising too much, and then I find out, it's taking me hours and hours just to do one head sketch. So yeah.
No, it looks good. I'm a big fan of black and white and gray.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's something different. Like all my my book is, it's got that timeless, color and everything. So it's good to have this, thing on real, art card, and it's just black and white, like you said.
So we're gonna take a quick little intermission so I can embarrass Mark Marinelli. He's 6 a.m. Comics. He's here in the chat right now.
Hey man,
let me know if you guys can hear this. Make sure we can hear it. So, is this coming through?
No.
It's not. All right. Well, then we shall change the way it works. Okay.
No.
Oh, now I can hear it.
Actually, let's do it through the phone. Yeah, let's do it this way, because that way we'll create an echo. So let's do it this way. Let's see here. Going to Mark Marinelli. Mark Marinelli is a very talented member of Comicsgate. He absolutely brings a lot to the table. He has a Starfetched comic that he's working on, but there's also a video game that he has developed. Well, he actually did the design work for it, and it's on Apple Arcade right now, also by the same name, Starfetched. So if you have Apple Arcade, you need to go and check that out, because that's going to be very cool. And Mark's not only a good friend of the show, but he's, like I said, he's very talented, and this embarrasses him, so I do it every time. So I think we can hear. Oh wait, I got my volume turned down. Dang it!
Turn it up.
Here we go.
It's always something.
Take 5. But that's the wrong song. Hold on. That's my song. How did I get that one going?
That is your song.
Here it is. Here it is. All right.
Come on.
Take 4.
Neckbeard beard so tight, got my glasses just right. Feeling so in my veins, Twitter raging all night. As I tune to my feed, what's this I see? Hashtag comics gate, so much controversy. I spit out my tea. This all caps logo is laughing at me. Hop on my steed, I'm chafing in my skinny jeans, but I gotta wait night till the daylight. Daddy working overtime for the soy boy life.
Mention with Afro Man.
Let me cluck, cuck for a buck. My IOU cut from the big two, overflow with much. See, my roommates all agree you need to pay a big diversity. And that indie can't play dog with some mansplain. Can't hold a candle to my Hollywood payday. $20,000, yummy pre-tax cheddar. I'd like to see you in cells try and do better. Your pages float, your comics are late.
It reminds me of Afro
Oh man,
Is that not
he
like
is a
classic?
man of many talents.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
Yeah,
He's
he's
apologizing.
He's got some skill, and you know he's the one that's done that poster, the huge
Yeah, of course.
Right. He is a definitely a big contributor to the Comicsgate cause, you might say.
I like to spin it.
She loves the soy boy voice.
I know. Yeah, that was perfect. Good lyrics too. That was hilarious. Oh god.
Yeah,
that was
the
really
lyrics
good.
are strong. They're very Comicsgate centric. All the inside jokes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love this. This is absolutely beautiful. So back to your tiers. So the head sketch, it looks beautiful. That comes on a nice sized piece of paper. It's not like a sketch card. I mean, that's a good sized sketch that you're offering there. That's amazing. Yeah. So, and then you said it's like on thick paper too. So that's
It's 300 GSM. I don't know what that is in pounds, but it's nice and thick. It's it's a substantial thing.
Yeah, it looked harder. It looked like thicker than like cardstock. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's made for it's called a hot pressed watercolor card, I think is what it's called. It's really good stuff.
Sweet. And then so we got the signed book itself for 25. Yep. That's just the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then the signed book plus the sketch card. So that's a sketch card. That's
so that's a normal trading card size.
2.5 by 3.5, right?
And I've been embarrassed by Sim showing me his sketch cards earlier. They're like. They're so good. I'm feeling embarrassed. Let's just go down about the next one now.
Oh, thank you.
And then the signed book and a fold-out poster. So is that going to be 11 by 17 folded out? Or
if you click on it, it'll tell you the exact size.
16.5 by 11.5. Okay.
Yeah. So it's whatever I can fit into the package that I'm sending. That's the only way I can keep the postage costs as low as they are.
Right.
But people want that flat rolled up poster, and this is my first campaign, so I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible, and so that's what it is. It's going to look cool though, man. It's going to look really good. Nice glossy poster.
Yeah, the picture or the drawing you showed us was it was a good size, and this is thick paper. It'll do good.
150 liters of hand sanitizer. What's that about? What's going on there?
No idea. That's just Z-Rust.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. That means a lot coming from you. I really I'm a big fan of your stuff. And now I'm a big fan of your raps.
Really? Thank you so much.
He's talking to Michael Marinelli, 6 a.m. Comics. Yeah.
Not me. What?
I'm a big fan of your of what I've seen. Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at my booty shots. You like them?
Who doesn't like a good booty shot?
For stuff.
This one.
Show him.
Here, can we do a booty shot?
Hey.
Yeah.
Every red-blooded man doesn't mind a bit of that.
Got hundreds.
She does. She does have hundreds. So back to the tiers. We keep getting distracted with booty shots.
Very easy to
We're
do.
done with the booty shot?
So yeah, it is easy to get distracted with booty shots. We'll have to have Amber on a live stream where she does nothing but show off her booty shots.
I think you get a lot of views on that.
Yeah, we'll have to like build it up for a while so everybody can know so they don't, nobody misses any booty shots at all.
We're trying to compile something. We're trying to combine our brains to do something here.
So that's the fold out poster and the signed book. That's awesome. That's only for $40. So that's a great deal because that's the posters. Another 15 on top of the book,
yep.
And then
and all this stuff is all this stuff is available as add-ons too. If you want more or different stuff, yeah.
And now this is both sketches, the poster, and the book signed. So that's That's a great.
And I think, and there's a little discount too. Obviously it's too late now, but all the people who signed up to the pre-launch page, they got these tiers with a secret discount. So through the email that I sent them, they got a discounted price. And I've actually sold a number of them through those secret links. So yeah, anyone who's watching this and is wondering, how they can add a bit more value to their pre-launch numbers and stuff, all those emails they collect, do that, because I got sold a bunch of these higher tiers at a slight discounted price.
Yeah, the higher tiers, the discount that exists in a higher tier makes a lot of sense. I mean, collectors, they realize the value of these things. I mean, it's like if you can tell a creator is going to take a project real far. Like it's a skilled project, something that they're excited about, and it's not just a one-off. They're going to do a series with it. Then obviously the first stuff, sketch cards, posters, all that stuff, you see that as an investment, not only just I want to have it, but it's going to like way blow up in value over time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really on the ground with Comicsgate. We're really on the, we're still a baby community. I mean, it's 5-10 years from now, if we're still rolling strong, I mean, like the books that are coming out now are going to be extremely valuable.
And some of these like properties definitely. Some of these properties have have the potential to take off in the mainstream as cartoons or whatever. Absolutely, I can see that they have that quality to them, and if that were to happen, these books, they're printing in numbers, in the thousands, sometimes in the hundreds, and if you have a copy of that, you're sitting on gold right there.
Exactly. I mean, it's not even uncommon that like in the mainstream industry that when a creative comic book idea comes out, that the movie industry will go up and buy the rights to make a film of it.
Yeah.
They may not actually ever make it, but they'll spend a chunk of change just for the rights. So yeah. So like when that starts, when the industry finds Comicsgate and realizes what's there, you're going to start seeing stuff get bought.
Yeah.
There's the numbers are going to be way too high for people to say no. I really like this, man. This rain work, this water work here is amazing. I have to keep coming back to it because it's just beautiful work, man.
Yeah, the rain, the raindrops.
Yeah, that was a hard one as well. I had to just kind of go through as many comics as I can find that had rain in it, just to see how different artists had handled it, and just try and find the one that I thought would work best for my comic. And I think I came up with a pretty good solution there.
I love it. So you got to tell me, is this the guy that manipulates water back here?
No, we're not seeing him yet. I'm actually right now, because I want to show people that guy. I'm actually right now making a poster print that I want to make as a stretch goal. So I've got beautiful, the same size as this, full color, glossy poster print for everyone who backs, for every backer, and it'll be him, in action. Kind of he's in this dynamic pose, and the water is swirling around him. We do see him in this scene, but he's not here currently. No.
Okay.
So but I wanted to show you guys.
what's with the silhouette of water? Looks like here. What's going on with that?
That's kind of a thing that I've used throughout the book to show people they're kind of they're moving really fast.
Oh, I got you. It's like where he was, and
exactly. Kind of like these guys. Some of these guys, well, this guy especially, can move faster than you can see. So he was basically just there, you know, in a millisecond.
The rain that was on top of him got left there.
That's right, and it's being dragged along. And now, if you scroll down, that guy's kind of picked up his pipe, and he's in the middle of turning around, but he does not have the speed of the guy in the suit, and yeah, he's going to cop it right in the guts.
Right, he's getting kicked right there in the. At least it was a little lower. It would have been a lot more painful.
Well, yeah. So with these characters, one of the reasons why I wanted to have this style where it's it's pretty realistic, it's not cartoony, is I want people to feel that what's happening is real. And I want, they're still humans, even though a lot of them have very, enhanced abilities. If a human gets kicked in the guts by this dude who's, jumping faster than anyone can see, and he's like huge velocity and huge strength, it's a kill shot, basically. It has to be consequences. So yeah, he's like spitting out blood, and he's done for at that point. But he comes over to finish him off with the pipe. Anyway,
yeah, at that kind of speed, I mean, the impact would be very heavy duty. You'd have some internal bleeding for sure.
It would, yeah, it would be like just a big, massive pole at high speed, bang into your guts. You'd be wrecked, absolutely wrecked.
Yeah,
there's no one's getting. Yeah, no one's just getting
as a nurse. Yeah, internal bleeding.
No one's getting punched at these kind of speeds by kind of super powered people and living to tell the tale about it. So yeah, that sort of plays into the whole story. That these guys, they exist in the shadows. They don't let anyone know their full capabilities until it's kind of too late for you.
Yeah, okay. Kind of like a sadistic woman.
Kind of, I guess. Luckily, I haven't had the displeasure of coming in contact with too many sadistic women.
Yeah, give it time. They're out there.
Happily married, so my wife is she's an angel. So
yeah, good for you. Yeah.
So who's this guy? Tell us about this guy here.
This guy is super important. So this guy is I told you earlier they got the 3 timelines. One of them is from 6,000 years ago. This is him. This is the first time we see him. We won't find out his true name. He has many names. At this point, they call him the Stone Man. Basically, he deals in stone, and that's all they know about him. He also is a bit of a healer as well. And so, yeah, you're going to see him throughout history as the storyline progresses, his connection to history. So he's a major player and a very intriguing, mysterious figure. And you're not going to know for a while witty. As the books. Yeah, he's a bit of a scary, I guess you call him like a shaman.
I was just going to say a shaman.
He lives in his cave, and he stays away from people. And but yeah, you're not going to know as the story goes how he specifically connects to what's going on, say, with Ella in the present day. But eventually you'll start to see the more pieces of the puzzle get put down on the table, the picture starts to emerge, how it's all connected. And then obviously they'll all sort of meet up in the big climax. And yeah, I've got a number of books all planned out. I've got the next one is actually mostly finished, art, colors, and everything. So I've been working on this project a long time, and I've got the 3rd book is fully scripted out, and then all the other ones are all fully plotted out and everything. So yeah, there's I had to do it that way because I need to cram all the little Easter eggs and hidden comments and secrets into these first books, so that that information is all there, even if it might go over your head on the first reading. But especially if you go to the second books and you come back and you'll see it was all in there from the start.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So what happened to you, Sim?
I don't know. Just refresh, the internet got out, and here I am.
Oh, the internet.
He got bored and left.
I don't know. I think maybe the modem just rebooted. The modem probably just rebooted in mid show. Yeah. I'm back.
Mid show. All right, so this is great. So did we get over all the tiers? I bet we skipped them, dude. Don't worry.
I think there would just be these art page tiers, the big ones.
So we got the sketches poster, and then now there's the signed book and the page art. Now this is just like internal pages, right? Now original art, correct?
Yeah. So I don't know if I want to call it like original art. I am a digital artist, so I've done all these pages digitally. But what I've done is I'm recreating some pages in like proper, hand drawn, like a big, normal, like a normal original art would be. I've done that page, as you can see right there. I spent a good number of hours on it. It looks amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me here. I forgot about it. Left it in the house. It looks really good. And yeah, so I just wanted to be able to offer this sort of stuff because these campaigns, they're like special campaigns, and I love it when people do offer these big art tiers. And it looks cool. So do you ink over a printout? Yeah, I'm inking. I'm inking over a printout, and so I'm doing all the doing it all by hand, obviously, but it's just like I would be inking. Just like I would be inking over my my sketches or whatever, but I'm inking over my existing art. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very good.
And then this one is the cover art with the signed book. I'm surprised that hasn't been sold yet.
People have expressed interest in it. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He was looking at it. He was like, "Man, yeah." And with the cover, like I spent so much time conceptualizing this cover, the concept, and then doing the art. Obviously, on the cover, it has an extra, probably double or triple amount of detail and care I put into the character, into the backgrounds, and all the little details, and stuff. So there's going to be, if this thing sells, it's going to look amazing. There's going to be a lot of work put into this, because that's a for me as an unknown artist, that's a high price. So I want to, if someone does end up buying this, I'm really going to put a lot of love into it and a lot of care.
Yeah, make it worthwhile for sure.
I want it to be something that they can hang up on their wall and really look at all the little details.
Well, you're just going to be an unknown artist for a short period of time, because I'm looking at this artwork here. A few months of campaigning, and by the time your second book comes out, everybody's going to know who you are. In fact, you're probably going to get hit up like all the time by everybody and their brother wanting to see if you'll draw on their book.
I actually have been starting to get requests, and I've got it. I have the same response. Unfortunately, everyone, it's like absolutely in principle. I would, I'm open to doing all kinds of stuff. But just right now, I've got backers now. I have to be 100% focused on this project. Getting these books out, printed, delivered in a timely manner to the backers is kind of like my number one priority right now, because that's what the whole rest of this thing hinges on. If this book doesn't get delivered soon enough and in good enough quality, then I've kind of shot myself in the foot going forward. I think I've got a good long story to tell. So that's sort of, I'm laser focused in on that right now. But
you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
I'm definitely not going to. I'm like I said, 100% focused on this. But I've got requests for coloring, for line art. I've got requests for animations.
Yeah, I bet you got requests from animations, especially after the stuff that everybody's seen. That you really nailed that Ricky Gervais like look to those two videos.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of that show. I've listened to not only just all of the shows like a Ricky Gervais show, I've listened to all of the radio, and we're talking dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of hours of those three guys chatting on radio, just talking shit.
Yeah, little podcasts, right?
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan. So I think what just happened was I heard that Cecil that Cecil one, which Cecil is talking about how the mainstream messed up in not capitalizing on the success of the MCU.
How Marvel basically screwed up by not capitalizing on the best marketing tactic that ever existed. I mean, 10 movies pushing a family of characters that have been around forever.
Yeah, Marvel fucked up big time.
Yeah, instead of continuing to have those characters in their fucking comic books looking just like the movie characters, they instead went a completely different direction. And
they didn't only just like not do it; they went in the opposite direction. So when I heard that, it just jumped into my head, and I remembered the Ricky Gervais show, because it was the way Cecil was talking was the way that Ricky Gervais will talk, or Carl Pilkington. They talk with they're dropping in a lot of visual metaphors or whatever. They're talking about things that you can make visually. And so I just thought, wow, it was also perfect. I just saw it all in my head. Okay, I got to make this. I know I can make this. I'm going to make this right now, and I think it'll be pretty popular. And luckily, it was. Yeah, and people have been.
In fact, why don't we highlight that, since we have you on the show? Why don't we? It's like, you're not going to copyright strike me.
No, definitely not. Anyone can share this. Like, I mean, it's not even me talking. This is Cecil and Ethan, so that's their content. I just put the bells and whistles on it. So yeah, anyone who wants to share it, watch it, get it out there, just get the thing out there.
Yeah, let's see here. We're gonna pull those up real fast so that everybody can, who hasn't seen it. I know Amber hasn't seen them, so. Let's see, there's the one where Ethan goes off, and there's the one where Cecil goes off. Let's do Cecil's first, because it was the first one.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let me share my screen. Wah, wah. Make sure I get the sound. It's essential. Here we go.
These are actors. These are people who could be doing something else, and they're on the big screen actually selling our characters. And we can't make it work because we're in the comic book industry going, well, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is pretty good as the Iron Man, but I think it'd be much better if we just killed him and just added a little teenage black girl with a bad attitude.
Yeah, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. It's creators that did not capitalize on the greatest advertising push for comics in the history of anything. You had the biggest 20 run of movies ever made. It's unprecedented. And what did you do? When everybody in the world knew who Tony Stark was, who Iron Man was, and they went into a comic store, who was it? It was Riri Williams. When everybody in the world knew who fucking Hawkeye was for the first time in 60 years, it was a household name. Let me go in it. Where's Hawkeye? That's her over there. It's Kate Bishop. You fucking creators that did not capitalize. Well, I want to see Thor. Where's his comics? Oh no, it's her. It's that woman. that woman. No, you assholes. You artists. You creator of the fucking mainstream. You destroyed these shops. It was you. It's like there's nobody else to fucking point the finger at. You were given a legacy by your betters, by the Stanleys and Dickos and Kirby's, and your betters gave you a legacy, and the best you could come up with was Riri Williams and Kamala Khan. You fucking destroyed this shit.
Yeah, they did.
I haven't watched that one in a few weeks now. That's like that little cute Cecil's laugh that he does.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen that one?
Nope.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, it's.
Here's the other thing to remember about pop culture. Okay, the people who like Star Wars, the people who like Dungeons and Dragons, the people who like video games and comic books, these are smart people. So the culture that they're taking in is vital. This is a battleground. What we teach our boys, what we teach our smart, exceptional, special boys, it's important. Are we teaching them the masculine version of Thundercats? Or are we showing them the Cal Arts soy-based pussy version of Thundercats? Are we mocking masculinity, or are we cherishing it? We're making it look cool. We're giving these boys something to aspire to. That's what all of this stuff means. These are the things that actually shape our ideas of what it means to be a man. And if these social justice warriors, these soy boys can get in there and they can monkey with it and they can change it and they can make it embarrassing to be a man, if they can demasculinize and de-penis Luke Skywalker, put him in a bathrobe as a failure, somebody who gives up and literally sucks on sea monster tit instead of fighting the First Order, which is what he should be doing. What kind of message does that send to our boys? How are boys supposed to grow up without Luke Skywalker? How are boys supposed to grow up if Batman is sitting there whining about Selena Kyle all day long? Boys don't have the role models that they used to have because the most incredibly depressed, mentally ill weirdos have taken complete control of our pop culture, and they're ruining it. You want to pump out more soy boys that look like Will Wheaton? This is the inevitable result of all of this. This is where we're going. This is why we fight so hard. These boys need heroes. They need masculine role models. They need heroes, people who don't sit around and cry and mope and whine, people who put themselves last, who put heroism, their country first. It's so important. I know it seems silly to cry about Captain Marvel or Star Wars or The Last Jedi. You can't stop until they change what they're doing, until they wake up and realize that they're destroying people. They're taking away our balls. Our boys are growing up to be pussies because they don't know any better. They're afraid of offending these blue-haired land whales on social media. They're afraid.
I love how you did like the infamous Jabba the Hutt. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I've been I haven't been claiming exactly who that was. I neither confirm nor deny who the influence was.
Well, it's the only blue-haired land whale that's on the subject on the radar, right?
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I've actually been saying that whole thing about society trying to strip away masculinity for a long time.
Yeah,
So,
you have.
But that's a message that needs to be needs to be gotten out there more and more, because it can get pretty dire what they're doing to people, and they're continuing to do so. Yeah, I'm only too happy to put that message in a nice little package that's funny and get it out there, and I'm happy that people are liking it and sharing it.
Yeah, well, people are liking what you produce. I mean, I think it was on I think it was Tuesday. I was on Wanger's stream and he was doing some orc video. He was playing some orc video you made.
Did he play that? Oh, that's cool. Yes. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch anyone's shows for a week because I've just been nonstop campaigning. I love Wanger's show. I've been on there. He's a great guy. I just made a little 15-second orc thing to go with the recent hashtag that's been going around.
Well, I know it's absolutely. I mean, it's like it's so funny how like people who are all acting offended for like other races than their own, you know what I mean? It's like they don't realize that if you're acting offended for another race, you're kind of racist.
If you're saying, if you see an orc and the first thing you think is a black person or an Asian person, yeah, you might be racist.
Might be racist. So let's watch the orc video real fast.
Yeah, it's only 15 seconds.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
I am so sorry. I promise we don't all think you're like that.
What the fuck?
Great stuff, man. That we're like just over the hour point. I think we can call this a show. Make sure you guys, let me bring this back up right here. Make sure you guys take a moment and don't forget the Lucent Waking Dream. Get that burned into your mind. When you get a chance, go here.
Great.
Yeah, he's a great. Bancroft is a great guy. You guys, you can attest to any stream he's on. I'm sure you'll find how he's an actually pretty cool dude. But the book looks beautiful, and it's taking forever to load in.
And you're really
you can
your numbers went up during the stream.
Oh wow! Thank you, whoever backed it. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's really cool because I'm in that that mid that lull period. You get the big jump and then you kind of rising up.
I'm in the lull period myself. Yeah. So I understand how that one could be like one of those things. Like, are there gonna be more sales? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Exactly.
As if everyone's forgotten about me.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No,
well,
we're definitely going to want to bring you back. Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on, Mr. E. This has been a really cool, fun chat, and I'm really happy that guys like you are out there doing this. Having smaller creators on their shows, and it's just really cool. So thank you.
Man, you deserve to be platformed, buddy. This is excellent work. The book is getting. I'm going to be backing this. I haven't backed it yet, but I'm definitely probably going to like.
Thank you. Thank you.
He doesn't back things easily. I'll say that for sure.
I'm the same. I'm the same. You've got to be. There's so much good stuff out there. You can't back it all.
It gets too expensive. I already backed 60 books. You know what I mean? So it's like it gets expensive after a while.
I'm only on fee, but that's right.
What were you saying? Yeah, what were we saying?
Oh, I'm on 40. I've backed 40 projects, not 60 yet, but I'm on my way.
You're at 40. You're feeling it at 40. You're definitely feeling it at 40.
Absolutely. Yeah, you check out my wall. There it is. That's like just full of crowdfunded books.
And people are wondering, the quick math on that. If you guys are like wondering, like, well, what does 40 books mean? What is 40 books? Well, you take 40, you times that by 25, and that is $1,000 in comic books that he's got.
Yeah, don't tell my wife.
Yeah. So Michael, thank you for coming on. We're definitely bringing you back again. Before you close out your campaign, and then are you going? A couple questions. So, like, when do you plan to deliver on the campaign? When will you be shipping?
I'm going to. Well, I'm just promoting now, so I'm going to figure out exactly how much time I'm going to have to be able to work on this book after this kind of big promotion period is done. But we're talking months. I've put on like a full year. That's just kind of a big buffer period because I didn't want anyone to complain. Oh, look, this guy's.
A lot of us are doing that now because it makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
exactly. But we're not talking a year. We're talking months. I will get a firmer date as this whole promotion period has settled down. I'm back into a routine. I can kind of see how long the rest of the pages are going to be taking. But like I said, almost all the line art is done. We only got a little bit of line art left to do. 40% of the coloring is left to do. So I'm just going to say tentatively months. And I'll get you that date as soon as possible.
Yes, keep in touch.
Fantastic. All right, everybody, back this book. This book is going to be beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Michael Bancroft is a great part of the CG community. He has already made great contributions with animation, and it looks like he's delivering another great contribution with this book. So he'll be around for a while. He's not. He's got nowhere to go. He's made those. He's made those animations. He's stuck with us now.
Yeah. I sunk my claws deep.
Yep, he's in there. He's got his feet in the traps. No, seriously, everybody, thank you for coming. We everybody in the chat, love you. So happy to see you. Everybody on Facebook, so happy you guys came. Make sure you back this book, and we will talk to you soon. Hang around. Don't leave yet, Michael. Well,
yep.
Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
Cheers.